Most students say that Lady Macbeth is manipulative, and that's correct, she is, but there's so much more to her than that. In fact, she's extremely strategic in the things that she does. So, I'm going to give you my 3 top quotes for Lady Macbeth that show her as more than manipulative, but strategic, and in some ways orchestrating the entire thing. When you durst do it, you're a man. Now, in this quote, Lady Macbeth is absolutely challenging Macbeth's manhood. But she's doing more than that. She is weaponizing the social expectations of men. Men at that time were expected to act brave, violent. They're meant to show their kind of like manhood in ways that suggest that they're strong. And Lady Macbeth knows this. From this quote, we understand that Lady Macbeth is 100% challenging Macbeth's manhood. She's emasculating him. She's basically saying to him, like, if you don't kill Duncan, then you're not a real man. Yeah? And it's this idea that she understands the system and she's exploiting it. So by challenging Macbeth's manhood, she's forcing him to act because it was really important for men at that time to prove that they were uber masculine. Another really good quote to unpick is when she says, "Unsex me hair." Now, I know that quote is a very famous quote and it's a really good quote to remember. But the important thing to remember here is that she's not asking to change her gender. She doesn't want to become a man. She just wants the perks, the power, the authority that comes with being a man. So she turns that onto her and she understands that she wants everything to do with womanhood to be stripped away so that she will be able to act without any kind of remorse. So here it's not just this kind of like subtle persuasion. She is rejecting her identity as a woman and she is welcoming everything that has to do with power, everything that has to do with authority, and she understands that that power and authority comes within the male scope. Another good quote is where she says, "Come thick night." Now this is really important because both Macbeth and Lady Macbeth cannot commit their deeds in light. You know, Macbeth even says, like, "Stars hide your fires, let not light see my back and deep desire." So it's this idea that they want to be shielded, they want to be hidden by the cloak of darkness. But it also suggests that Lady Macbeth wants to hide her vulnerability, she wants to hide her softness, and the night will cover all of that. Now, if we look at all 3 of these quotes, it's very clear that she weaponizes masculinity, she rejects her femininity, and she calls on darkness to kind of shield and hide everything because she's well aware of what she's doing. So Shakespeare uses her ambition and her attempts to completely eradicate and escape the limitations that women were placed under. So, yes, she is manipulative, but don't just stop there. You'll miss the bigger picture if you just explain her as manipulative. Instead, she's strategic. She understands power. She understands the power dynamic between men and women, and she attempts to identify with that power.